Hello everyone, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. We're back in my living room again, which means it's another tutorial behind the scenes style video, more laid back. So grab your drinks and snacks and let's get right into it. In this video, we'll be testing a 5-in-1 reflector disc from Temu. So let's see if it's actually worth it. So in today's example, this is a shot. It's a pretty straightforward talking head shot. You could see I am motivated by the window, and the window is our key light in this example. So in this case, you could see the window is coming in and creating this nice shadow fall off, but also this really nice bright part of my skin. You could see the ratio is 1:1. And if you take a look at my Monitor Plus app, the exposure is pretty good. As you can see our skin tone is lying around the 46 to 62, which again from the Booklight video, that's the medium IRE that you want to be when it comes to skin tones. So this is pretty good. And as you can see, our shadow side is actually a little bit lower in the 23 to 38 area. So this is where you can decide as a creative to use the 5-in-1 reflector. So let's get right into it. So the 5-in-1 comes in a package like this. Mine is actually a 3-in-1, but you could find 5-in-1s pretty much on AliExpress, Amazon, or even Temu in this example. And when you're taking this out, just be careful because these things, they will pop out of nowhere. So just watch your heads and boom, now we have the 5-in-1. So in this case, going back to this angle right here, if you want to add more shadow, the 5-in-1 actually has a flag. So now if I bring this up, you could clearly tell some of the light gets cut on my face. So as you guys can see, as soon as I bring in the black side of the 5-in-1, you could see the exposure becomes darker. So if you like the moody, dramatic look, you could go for this type of look. However, if you want to fill this shadow side with the light that's coming in and to really enhance your single light source, you can use the reflective silver side, and as you can see, the light fills in some of the shadows. So what it's doing is it's taking your key light and bouncing the light source to your shadow side to make it look more vibrant, to make it look more cinematic. So depending on the type of shooting that you're doing, if you're filming a short film or a documentary where you want to keep the shadow side on the camera side, then for sure, keep it that way. However, if you're shooting like photos for a company where they need headshots for the company's employees, sometimes you want to use a 5-in-1 reflector like this to really fill in the light, to keep it even all over the face. So again, it's a simple video. It's a simple video going over a simple technique, and that's not it. There's also, because it's 5-in-1, it also has a diffusion sheet as well. So if you wish to diffuse the light, you can as well. So as you can see, the amount of light that gets diffused just for using the diffusion side. So as you can see, as soon as I go up and down, you could see the exposure and the softness of the light changes. So that's the great thing about 5-in-1 reflector disc, is that you have the ability to take out light or diffuse light or even make it darker. So in terms of wanting more shadows or softening the light that's coming in onto your subject's face to make it more softer and make it look more filmic, the choice is yours. And with these 5-in-1 reflector disc, it's amazing because you can basically use these to motivate the light that's coming in your scene. So essentially, these are a miniature versions of the 4x4 or the 6x6 butterfly that you would see on big Hollywood film sets. And also keep in mind that when you use diffusion like this, you're also cutting down the output of your light source. So if you watch the Booklight video that I made a couple of weeks back, you could pretty much tell that the aperture was struggling to combat the daylight because the aperture isn't strong enough. So if you want to shoot something through the diffusion, you want something that will be very strong. You want especially if you're fighting against a daylight like this coming from the windows, you want your light source to be powerful enough to combat the shadow side. So yeah, so that's been it. It's a pretty straightforward video. I just wanted to go over this film equipment I bought from Temu, and honestly, it's pretty much worth it. I feel like every photographer or filmmaker, when it comes to lighting, you need a 5-in-1 reflector. And from my last video, you can always use one of these light stands with a clamp on the end with the clamp mount, and then you can pretty much have clamped onto the stands. So now if I want to pretty much diffuse the light that's coming in, but don't really want to hold it in place, all I have to do is just use a stand, place it so that it's in front of the key light, and as you can see, the light becomes softer. I know this is a bad example, but again, I'm in a tight space, but you guys get the point. So again, super straightforward video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If this video has helped, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.